Everyone, welcome back. I am trying to figure out what's going on with my lighting. Some of my videos have been a little bit darker than normal, and I have Hollywood studio lights. Not really, I have desk lights because I think they work well. I have a frog in my throat. The weather's changing here. It's been raining. So dust or whatever, so excuse my crackly voice. But today we're going to talk about something that everyone knows about, and it is paper, because I like paper. And we're going to talk about not so attractive paper until we make it attractive. So what we're going to be doing, excuse Nicholas, he's mad that I haven't let him out of his crate. What we're going to be doing is making some envelopes, and I'm going to pull out my We Are Memory Keepers punch board that Tracy gave me in friend mail, friend mail exchange, Happy Mail exchange. I can't get my words out. It was Happy Mail exchange through Elemental Designs, and I got a wonderful punch board, which I'm so grateful for. So thank you again, Tracy, for that. What we're going to talk about is when you get your envelope, usually the sender has colored the paper really pretty or put stickers on. And I don't do that anymore, only because the post office beats up packages. So what I want to talk about is what happens when the person opens their paper, their letter up. It's usually plain white. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this the inside and this the outside. So let's go ahead and get started. My paper has been cut to 6 by 6 because this is a 12 by 12 paper pad. So I just found where if any of it could be easily cut without me wasting any, which can. This is a 6 by 6. And if you were going to make a card, it needs to be 3 by 4. So we're not going to do that. So these directions are great. Thank you, We Are Memory Keepers, for putting this on there, because I haven't used my punch board for a while. So what it says is select your card. We did select your paper size. We did align left edge to score line measurement. And my score line measurement for 6 by 6 paper is 2 5/8. So what we're going to do is go to 2 5/8. We're going to get the score. Make sure you have it right on the 2 5/8, and you're going to put it right in here. And you're going to score it. Now, it really doesn't matter which way you score it, only because you're going to fold it inside out, and you want your creases to be good. And then it says punch and score. So you're going to rotate it. And now what it says to do is rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. And it says align score mark with score guide. Here we go. And the first time I did this, I screwed it up. And what it wants you to do is the same thing, which is this punch. Not the first time today, but the first time I ever used this. Even though I was following the instructions word for word, I probably overanalyzed it a little bit, I guess. And it didn't come out properly. But that's okay, because you can always use your paper for, you know, the boo-boos, as I call them, for something else. And again, this is a little bit off for whatever reason, which is okay. And then you score it. And now we're going to fold our pieces over. And I'm going to fold my pieces over twice. I'm going to fold them on the outside as well as the inside, because my recipient is going to receive this envelope like this versus the other way. So you have this right here, and you open it up and you see all the little treats. And if I get smart enough, I may be able to put some type of adhesive, or not even glue it down, just send it to the recipient like this with something on there, with maybe like one little, what are those things called? Glue dots or foam dots. So when she opens it, she can definitely recycle it, because Ruth Inkwell sent me something similar to this. But, you know, she doesn't need a scoreboard or a punch board to do that. She's just super crafty. But what I think I'm going to do with this is use this, and then I'm going to get some small papers. Please excuse Nicholas. I think I already said that. But if I didn't, please excuse him. He's been a grumpy cat. What I'm going to do is put some some die cuts, punches, but for this one I'm going to take some stamped images, some little small stamped images, and put it in there, and then I'll probably write a note to you from me or whatever, because I don't want to use the paper. I want the recipient to keep the paper. I hope that makes sense what I just said, because in my head it made sense, but when it came out it didn't. I'm going to use this brown page as well, because I don't think it's that attractive as a big piece of scrapbooking paper, but for these purposes I think it works great. And since we're using that envelope as this side, we're going to go ahead and use it that way. Now you can punch first and then score. It doesn't matter. On the We Are Memory Keepers video that the lady shows, she shows you punching first. I don't know if I like punching first or scoring. I just think that scoring, if you are off a little, you don't have to worry about fixing that mistake if you've punched already. But again, you know, if you have one of these tools, or if you're doing whatever, you can definitely do whatever you want to do. And you can also do this, in my opinion, on a regular score board. You don't need a memory keeper punch, but it just makes it easier because it does have this, as well as that little rounder in the back. And we're going to use that one on here just because, so you can see how you can use it. Excuse that. And so what you're going to do is stay in frame, Brandy, stay in frame, and you're going to take it, and excuse if the table shakes, and punch it. Make sure you get your paper nice and deep inside of that edge, because if you don't get it nice and deep in the edge, then it won't round properly. I found it out with all of my punches and rounders. And you know, that little edge, that little subtle notion on your paper just makes it look a lot more finished versus not being finished. This would be cute on double-sided paper as well. If you had double-sided paper, you could do it, and then it wouldn't be so choose a side, because it would be pretty on both sides. So what we're going to do now, again, is just leave that there and fold it over. And this paper is really thick paper, so folding it twice does not hurt it at all. And see, it just looks better. And I guess because, you know, my eye is used to how store-bought envelopes are, which is, you know, they make them pleasing to the eye so you can buy them. I think, at least. I'm just going back. And of course, they have your bone folder in here, so you can always just smooth the edges down as well, just like this. I try not to apply too much pressure on some things if I don't want the edges to be super creased. Excuse me, I was watching the news and it says 1 dead, 6 hurt in semi-truck, and as you all know, my big roommate drives trucks, so I always stop to see what area it's in to make sure it's not him. Although we did speak last night, we haven't spoken today, and it's morning time. As you all know, most of my videos are done in the morning, unless it's on the weekends where I can get up out the bed and craft. So now see, it doesn't look so distracting, and what you could do with this is if you had like some round punches, or let's just talk about this, like a leaf punch maybe. You could take your leaf punch and punch it, because this is kind of like fall colors. It no longer looks like a beach or Atlantic collection. So that is all that we have for today, because I wanted to try to do a few simple crafts and just have some videos in the stockpile. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you'll try it. If you do, send me a link so I can come over and show you some love to your Instagram and or your YouTube. Not Facebook, because I'm not really on Facebook that much. But if you do, send it to me anyway, and I'll come and check it out and show you some support. Thank you all for watching. Happy crafting.